Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday. I wanted to talk to you one more time before the weekend. I'm actually going to be going to the coast this weekend, a little bit of a family getaway, and won't be overly looking at weather charts, but there's a number of interesting things that I want to touch on. Let's start off with today. Remember yesterday, PDX on Wednesday hit 90. So did Salem for the airport in Portland. It became the 14th 90-degree day so far this summer season. Remember my projection, which would go all the way into the first couple of days of October of possible 90-degree weather was for 20 to 24. So 14, and we definitely will see some more days added to that in the coming week or so, and maybe as soon as tomorrow or the next day, actually. Today, with that said, Salem stopped at 89 and Portland stopped at 89. Both cities have had similar temperatures quite often in the last few days, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, kind of fun to see the events going on to the left in Oregon City, the end of the Oregon Trail Interpretive Center. They've got something going on the lawn right there. To the right, Cathedral Ridge Winery in Hood River. Beautiful sunshine out in the gorge. Some folks on the back patio area there of Cathedral Ridge. Gorgeous spot. Gerhardt by the Sea. We had clouds and some fog at the coast this morning. Everybody cleared out. That's the camera atop of the resort in Gerhardt looking south at Tillamook Head. And then to the right, this is great news. Sun River Resort. Notice how good the visibility is. The air quality numbers I looked at today, even in Central Oregon and certainly over in Lane County, that's the Eugene, Willamette Pass, Florence, were mainly good with a few moderate spots. So this has been by far the last 24 hours, the best air quality numbers. It was still fairly hazy in Sisters, but you could see the three sister mountains. So overall, the news there is terrific. And again, we had a high of 89. It looks like it's going to end up being in Portland, Salem. The official number doesn't come out until the climate report tomorrow morning. So sometimes those numbers do get rounded up. We'll see. Okay, two things I want to talk about. Number one, scattered storms out in eastern Oregon today, central and eastern Oregon tonight and tomorrow, and maybe a touch of rain that comes into the Willamette Valley and up into southwest Washington. So this is the setup. We talked about this yesterday. The high, which has been the center of that heat down in New Mexico and Arizona, is still parked there. Upper level trough out into the Pacific, extending into Canada to our north. And the two combined, if you follow the white arrows, kind of a southwesterly flow feeding up into Oregon. You can see the tops of the cumulus clouds across kind of the eastern half of the state. And that is, in fact, thunderstorm activity. So here's a satellite picture with the lightning detection. Again, these images can be found on my weather site, portlandweather.com. But all those X's are lightning strikes. The most current ones are yellow. The ones that have been a little bit back in the last hour are red. But you can see clusters of lightning certainly in eastern Oregon and quite a bit of lightning certainly in Wyoming, some in Utah, Colorado, down in Mexico, up in Canada, all over the place, just nothing here on the west side. So this thunderstorm threat is coming true. Now, what's interesting is this, and this is courtesy of KGW-TV, their Futurecast model. This is 7:30 tomorrow morning. Even 7:30 in the morning, this shows some heavy showers, maybe some lightning, where you see that yellow cell, if you will, color-coded, out near Baker City. But notice here in the Portland, Vancouver area, a little bit of rain. Could there be some showers develop overnight and bounce off the Cascades and weaken into the valley, or even develop to our south, but never really get strong and migrate south to north up into the valley? I think the chance of getting a rain shower in Salem, Portland, Vancouver tomorrow is less than 50%. And if we do end up with something, it's probably going to be a mix of a trace to maybe a few spots, barely get some manageable rainfall. We haven't had manageable rainfall out at PDX. I think June 19th was the last day, and that was the Monday after Father's Day. Remember, we had some thunderstorms in the area. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, this wouldn't be anything substantial. It would more or less be something fun to talk about. Hey, we had a raindrop or two. Now, let's get more serious about the rain, which is going to be beneficial to parts of Oregon coming over the next couple of days. So this is total rain. This is the Canadian model, the GEM, or it's a Canadian weather model. Total rain tonight through tomorrow afternoon, okay? And notice in red, I've circled the valley. So the Canadian model also says, hey, there's a chance of 0.01 inches of rain up around the Portland area, and the same down around the Salem area, maybe 0.05 when you get down into, say, the Lebanon area. Anything at the coast tomorrow would be some mist with morning cloudiness. And then the green is where you get some decent manageable precipitation. But this is all from scattered shower thunderstorm activity, still possible tonight through the day tomorrow. 14/100ths of an inch over in central Oregon, and some amounts going up to 0.2 of an inch scattered out east. Okay, so I mean, not some, but that's a decent shower. Now, this weather, I'm excited to bring you some rainfall potential maps. Let me tell you. This is Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. This is the American GFS model. This is Tuesday and Wednesday of next week on the west side. This is a bit confusing, so just hear me out. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week on the west side, this actually shows an upper level trough that would produce some pretty decent rainfalls. Shows a 1/4 of an inch of rain on average from Salem up into Portland. Shows some hefty rain amounts along the coast, 1.09 down in Lincoln County. I mean, that's crazy. Is this incredibly hard to believe? Yes. Do I think these rain amounts are way overdone and really don't have a chance of coming true? Yes. But nonetheless, it's something that I will be following, that we have a shower chance for some measurable rain next Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, where you see the amounts in central and eastern Oregon, this map I'm showing you, and it's the way the weather modeling puts out info, is actually from tonight through Wednesday. It's just that the only chance for anything measurable on the west side would be Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But on the central and eastern side, this actually counts the thunderstorms tonight, tomorrow, at any point through Tuesday and Wednesday. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Now, the other topic I wanted to talk about. So maybe we get a dab in the morning in scattered areas. Fingers are crossed that there's next Tuesday, Wednesday, a 50-50 chance we'll get something measurable, some scattered showers. Now, the next topic I wanted to talk about is right here. This is the American GFS model. This is an average, if you will, for the week of August 13th, or the period, I should say, August 13th through August 20th. So over that period, mid-August getting into the 20th, notice this shows that a big, hot upper level high, 594 millibar high down over Arizona. Notice that we've got ridging coming in off the Pacific, where I have my black arrow pointing up, and you see the yellow and warm colors. The actual, if you follow the contouring, it'd be a 588 millibar over Portland. And if all this came true, this would be a pattern that at some point between the 13th and the 20th, we could have a couple of days in the mid-90s and maybe see something getting up to 100 degrees. Now, here's what I want to be very clear on. If you remember last week, I think it's been a solid week ago now, I showed you that one, I put out a temperature profile and I said, this may or may not come true. It's just something that's showing up. And it's amazing to me that weather models are even making a show up. And that was the day I showed you an image that had Portland hitting 100, 105, 110. Well, the point of this map is weather models are still kind of shuffling around these hot pockets. And today's only the 3rd day of August. So I still feel like there's a decent chance we're going to have at least one stretch of maybe some fairly extreme heat this month of, at least mid-90s for several days to maybe 100 or better. It's not a guarantee. So far, every single time the models pop something like this up, the other model doesn't agree. And then the next day, the model that thought it was going to be crazy hot has migrated the strong high off to our east. So it's just going to be interesting. Do we get through August with no extreme heat, or do we have a period where we get up to around 100 degrees? Anyway, just note, still uncertain, but possible. All right, 7-day forecast, and I'll let you go. That slight shower chance tomorrow morning, kind of a mix of clouds. Otherwise, increasing sun. Tomorrow's temperatures may hit 90. I've got us at 89. Saturday, I don't see a rain chance. Mostly sunny skies, 63, 92. Sunday, some clouds to sun, 88. Monday, cooling, which is what we had yesterday. And then the shower chance we talked about on Tuesday and Wednesday. If we have enough clouds and we actually get some afternoon showers in the area, we could be in the 70s on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And then we'd warm up on Thursday. And then right now, modeling is hinting that we would be in the 90s that Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday. Okay. All right. It'll be a few days before I talk to you, probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. And with that, I wish you a great weekend. Let's see if we get a raindrop tomorrow morning. I'll talk to you soon.